life it happens, it'll bring you down. Circumstances work against you, you're getting pushed around. But giving up is not an option, no suicide hiding, no running from the problem, no. If you want a solution to your freedom, said you can find it in the rhythm, yeah. If you want a healing to your bleeding, the melody is medicine. One pill could never do nothing, and 2 pills could never be enough to give me healing. The only thing I work is a music. I miss the music. 1 pill could never do nothing, and 2 pills could never be enough to give me healing. The only thing I work is a music. I miss the music. Oh, I miss the music. Music is life, that's why our hearts stay happy. Fills the voice within you, makes you complete. When pain penetrates and music resonates, I might not be a physician, but I'm giving you the prescription. This is the solution to your freedom. Said it is hidden in the rhythm, yeah. If you want a healing to your bleeding, the melody is medicine. 1 pill could never do nothing, and 2 pills could never be enough to give me healing. The only thing I work is a music. I miss the music. 1 pill could never do nothing, and 2 pills could never be enough to give me healing. The only thing I work is a music. I miss the music. Oh, I miss the music. Oh, I miss the music. Oh, I miss the music.
Hey, what's up, Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, the entire world? Welcome to A-Team's Artiste Spotlight, and I am super, super excited to bring this artist to the forefront. Her name is AUCHANNA. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Hi. Well, let's say you fall asleep just now, eh? Eh. So here is now. Could you tell me what AUCHANNA means, firstly?
Well, my name is actually made up. It's more of a derivative from my sister's name.
Right.
So basically, well, she's older than I am. So
Uh-huh.
they gave me a name to go along with hers. She's actually named after one of my mom's best friends, and my aunt created my name to go along with her name. So that is Oshel and AUCHANNA.
Vibe. So it come like everybody connected by names, basically.
Yeah.
So AUCHANNA, why music? Why do you want to do music? What really piqued your interest?
What actually happened was during school days and so on, I always had an enjoyment and a love for music. Like I participated in a pageant in Form 3, and I actually sang a song. That was my first time being on stage, and it was so exhilarating. It was successful. Persons were blown away, and I think that was the moment when I realized that I had a voice. But even though from there I took it to joining the choir and participating in music festival and even conducting a choir at one point, it wasn't the initial thing that I decided I would do. What happened is that when I finished school, my mom ended up getting really sick, and she actually ended up passing away. And having to cope with that at that age, at that transition period between high school and the real world or adulting, as people call it, even though I went to therapy sessions and that kind of thing, for some reason, nothing was working. And then I decided, okay, let me get into music a little bit. So I ended up getting a guitar borrowed and I started playing around with some songs, writing some songs, writing down how I was feeling. Because essentially, the person who I was getting the counseling from, they encouraged things like that, artistic things. And I knew that, well, I could sing a little bit to me, a little bit. And I had some kind of musicality, so I decided to do that. So I went on YouTube to learn some chords on the guitar, and then I started putting how I used to feel on paper. And then it actually produced songs that were likable. I would just send them to friends and be like, "Oh, this song, I was just working on this, playing around," and they would be like, "This is actually something that is of pretty good quality. Like you should do more with this." And at first I was like, I'm not sure because I don't know that much and I don't think I'm that good per se. But then I decided, you know what? Let me give it a shot and let me see how it might be if I were to be an artist. And so I reached out to some friends. They gave me that support in terms of introducing me to people and even accompanying me. And that's basically where it started.
Okay. Excuse me. I truly believe too as well that music is healing. And I feel it's something that we all have in common in terms of it doesn't matter if you're black, white, yellow, green, blue, East Indian, African, Chinese. Music is something that connects everyone, and that is something that people can all relate to, and it's so healing and it's so positive. So I'm really happy to hear that music was able to help you through that process because I can relate. My father passed, and I remember it being so difficult for me to really get over it, and music helped. So, girl, I connect with you there. I do. So I realized I would consider it a bit late in terms of you finding that you were involved in music, that you liked music, but it seems that you're absolutely amazing singer. So clearly that talent was there all the time and you now discover it.
Yeah.
Is it that you have a background like in terms of your family, you had music around you, sometimes when you're young, your parents would be playing old records or old cassettes with Aretha Franklin or Whitney Houston and that kind of thing. Did you have that type of influence in some way or the other?
Yeah, I'm actually really glad you asked that question because it was a question I had asked myself at a point in time. Because as I started meeting other people and hearing other people's like biographies and hearing that they had some sort of influence in terms of maybe a parent or a relative or whatever the case may be, I had asked myself where possibly mine came from. I know that my mom used to sing every now and then, just at home, to relax while cooking or something. But then I realized too, they used to play a lot of music that as a child I didn't appreciate that much. All the old school music and the reggae and the love rockers and what you call a lot of Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, gospel, soca. But my dad would play music washing the car. My mom would play music really loud on a Sunday. And even though it used to annoy me because I really like peace and quiet, I realized that things was sinking in, and I was actually developing a musical vocabulary from hearing music. And I realized that as I started to get older, I started like some of these songs that I didn't know much like as a child. And I think that that's basically where it sparked from, hearing so many different genres of music and my parents playing it.
So please note, you should appreciate, and I hope now that you really appreciate the old school music, because honestly, a lot of the music that is of now has been sampled from the old school music. So like I went to a event the other day, and I was hearing some songs and I was like, it's not Biggie sing that or who sing that? My husband was like, no, so and so sang that before. You know what I mean? And it was just such a beautiful feeling hearing that same music, you know, old school style. So it's very important to appreciate the old school music. You see a lot of soca artists as well bringing back the old school music and just keeping the culture and keeping the music alive because it's so soulful and it just make you want to dance and enjoy yourself. So appreciate the old school for sure. So girl, I was macking your profile. You know, I had to Google you. So I Googled you and I saw that you were doing gospel music before, right? Now I know people in the gospel circuits, I have to be very careful how I say this. They are very sensitive when it comes to the thing called the secular music in terms of, you know, the soca and the R&B and that kind of thing. The fact that you did that before, you did gospel and now you're venturing into the secular side. What caused that transition?
Well, I would say that because I was writing from a place of just whatever I was going through and the different seasons in my life, a lot of the songs that I've written come from a gospel place. And then I started, as I was maturing as a person, you know, transitioning from being a teenager to a young adult, my situations and experiences were different. And I was experiencing new things. And so, besides the relationship with God that I would write about, I started writing about things happening in my life. So I think that that's how it ended up switching. Or I would say rather blending with like a gospel experience in my life along with just everything else, basically.
And were you at all judged because of that? Did that switch?
No, I don't recall anything right now in terms of that. Actually, no, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, so are you happy with the switch now that you are fully into the R&B and possibly soca and you know those other genres of music?
Yes, of course. Like I think that I'm a person that it's all of who I am. So it's not like I'm trying to be necessarily narrow-minded per se, but whatever it is that I feel is coming from a true place, once I'm not compromising myself, once I'm not going against my character, I believe that it's okay for me to put out any sort of song or support any music that isn't going against my values.
Okay, all right. So I know you're a songstress, and you spoke about picking up the guitar and learning a few chords from YouTube and that kind of thing. That being said, has that made you also a songwriter?
Yes, it definitely has. Um, Initially, because I knew so little bit of chords, and even I would try to play songs that I knew and that I liked, and sometimes I would have challenges because not having the full musical vocabulary and not knowing all the chords, you know, getting problems with like barring and things like that. It limited me a lot in terms of songs I could sing. I would try to transpose them. It would work sometimes, but it wouldn't work all the time. So
Right.
that's where I started trying writing my own songs using the same chord progressions. And I also ended up going online to do more reading on how to write songs. I did a course online as well, a short course. It was just one video, but it was like a full workshop that they were doing. So I listened to the workshop and I made notes and I started practicing from there. And I think I definitely improved from when I started. Like I could hear the difference. And even persons who have shared the songs with, they definitely stay in my development. So I wouldn't say that I'm there yet, but I know that I'm definitely developing and I'm growing in it.
Right. Well, I can see that you're definitely a millennial child because everything you speak about is the internet, right? Um, so I'm guessing that you're very social media, techie, savvy, everything in one, which is awesome. So is it that we could find a lot of videos with you on YouTube and Instagram and, you know, that kind of thing?
Well, to be honest, I'm an introvert more so. So I do use social media, but I don't always post as much because where my personality comes from, I tend to safeguard who I am a bit. I put everything out. But what usually happens is that if I work on something and I feel really proud of it, because I'm also pretty self-conscious, if I feel really proud of it, then I would post it.
Now I feel as if
And I mostly tend to post on it.
I feel as if social media is now an amazing platform for all artists to be heard and to be seen. So my advice to you would be one, don't overthink it. Because sometimes we overthink and you never end up really putting out what you should be putting out there. And you never know who would see and care and like and gravitate towards it. So always use social media to your advantage. When it comes to YouTube, when it comes to Instagram, it's so important. Like sometimes I don't even feel to post, but I feel as if we live in a different time. So just posting all the time is so important. It helps you build fans, because people not only interested in the music, they want to know a little personal. I try not to put too much personal out there because I find it less. But you know, it's good to keep engaging and stuff with the audience and that kind of thing. So tell me, what are your current plans? The fact that we are going through a pandemic, artists can't perform, artists can't really do what they usually do. What have been your plans in terms of a musician and being able to perform and that kind of thing?
Well, right now I've been focusing a lot on growth and practicing. So, well, I had to work during the pandemic as well, 1 week on and off. I didn't have the full opportunity to utilize all the time. But what I was doing on my weeks off is I was practicing my songwriting, practicing putting like my ideas into songs and developing the songs. I also did a bit more reading, started listening to more genres. I think the last genre that I think I listened to the most were things more in like the Latin American trap. I've actually found a new like love for
Yes, you
Spanish
feel as all
music
them
also
Spanish, I feel
because
as all that Spanish in the country contributing to that.
see,
Arriba, arriba.
yeah, I actually also ended up joining a Latin dance and I got to hear a lot of these songs. So the different styles. I didn't even know that some of the dances had a genre to it. Like the kizomba has actual kizomba music and the salsa music is for the dance. So the beats and everything, they're already like premeditated
Right.
for the dance. So I got to hear a lot of music. And I was able to realize that the Rumba, also these songs that my parents used to play, they could use them for Rumba. So it definitely opened my vocabulary. And I started also listening to like reggaeton and getting to, hear the different rhythms and how the music is done. So I started also listening to a lot of independent artists. Like sometimes what I would do, I spend time on the Billboard charts on YouTube, listening to what are the top songs. And I also listen to some independent artists because I think I definitely have a special place in my heart for the independent artists because sometimes their things are just so different, and it's not the mainstream thing. Yeah, sometimes I definitely find myself just wanting to listen to independent artists and I add them to my playlist to support them, yes, and also because the work that they do is really amazing. So I spent a lot of time listening to music, writing, doing a little more reading in terms of how music business works. I posted just one of the songs that I wrote in the pandemic. Because, it's not like I'm trying to be selfish, but I'm definitely going to take your advice in terms of not overthinking and being too self-conscious about it. So even if I write maybe just one verse or maybe a chorus, take your advice and still post it up. So even if I don't want to share the whole song, I could share a piece of it. So as you say, as people see what I'm doing, hear what I'm doing, it will pique their interest, it will keep their attention and keep them engaged. So that's basically how my pandemic experience was spent. In terms of performing, well, I didn't get any gigs or opportunities. During the pandemic, there was one thing that I was going to audition for, but I ended up missing the deadline date. When I checked it, it was already gone. So I didn't get to do that,
But
but
I said to you
I
before, right?
was focused on preparing things so that the opportunities begin to open back up. I have things to present that are different because I think I had definitely went through a short period where I was like, you know, if I have to perform again, I'll have to sing over the same songs I sang before. So now I have new things that I could put out.
Okay, that's beautiful. So I realized that you're really into like different genres of music. Which one really stands out for you and why?
For me, so far, I think the number one is contemporary because of how my voice is. You know, I really try to examine myself and figure out how it became that because we grew up listening to so much Caribbean style music. Yet when I sing, or yeah, when I sing and tend to write the songs, they tend to come out pretty contemporary, and I feel as though my voice sounds best on that genre. But I've gotten the opportunity to work with producers, aspiring producers as well, who gave me the opportunity to demo on different genres. And I realized that besides the contemporary, I found that I settle well with reggae. And of course, I would like to be able to do soca because soca was created in our country. So to me, that is something I have to learn. I have to get that in some form of fashion. Yeah. And the more guitar type beats, groovy type beats, those tend to work for my voice. So that's what I was able to discover so far.
Okay, well that's nice. That's pretty awesome. That being said, who are like the artists that you look up to locally, and who are the artists that you look up to internationally, locally and internationally?
All right. Well, I honestly love a lot of artists. I
Well,
grew up listening
name them,
to
name
like R&B, like Beyonce, Chris Brown, Rihanna. I didn't realize I liked Rihanna so much until I think I was watching something and they were asking to name her songs, and I was like, wow, I listened to way too much Rihanna growing up. Um, that's like R&B, Carrie Hilson, Neo, love Celine Dion forever, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, One Direction, all the bands, NSYNC. I can tell you the old bands as well, the groups. Locally, of course, all the soca artists, you know, of course, you, Marshall, Charles Marshall,
Better,
Nyla Blackman, you know, she's
better girl.
yeah. So Nyla Blackman, you know, she's new to soca, but I definitely love her vibe. I love her music.
Who's that?
Tess,
Who's
of
that?
course, like
Beautiful.
all I don't think that is soca, but I like all these artists. So special place in my heart, all music. So artists of course, Jacob, the song, Beth, all the elevation words I love. Calpi is someone who I think I only really started listening to maybe this year, and I love his music. His last EP, I just love. I really love a lot of artists to be honest, because I think I just appreciate when persons puts out songs that are beautiful to me, and I think it doesn't take a lot per se for me to like a song necessarily. Once it have a certain vibe, so I think because of that, I love a lot of artists.
And I think what's so awesome about Trinidad and Tobago is the fact that we have a lot of artists who just don't sing soca music. They sing many genres of music and not just sing it, but sing it really, really well. So you have people who are soca artists, you have people who are the hip hop artists. Then we have these Zessa artists who making serious waves. So it's just really beautiful to belong to Trinidad and Tobago because I feel as if we are so multi-talented and amazing musicians. So yeah, man, I'm loving what I'm hearing. I also heard that you had a liking for the Blackman family.
Yes, definitely. I think it's the quality of their voice, the sound of it, the tessitura. They to me, when I listen to their voices, I hear something similar. I don't know if it's your raspiness, but besides that, there's a soulfulness that comes with it that is definitely it's like a blessing that they have, you know. So it's just outstanding to me that I mean all the music and all of the music is just really rich, you know.
What are your future plans? Where do you see it? I don't want to say where you see yourself in 5 years, but what's your future plans? What do you want for yourself? What do you aspire for yourself as a young musician coming up in the game?
Right. So one of the things that I definitely would like to do within the next 3 years is to actually put out an EP. Because having gotten the opportunity to get to hear my voice in a song actually recorded and produced, I've never released a song as yet, but I've done demos. So I got to hear how my voice sounds and to get to hear how to make it better. And one thing that I know for sure I would like to do is put out an EP, basically introducing myself. I haven't decided as yet if I'll keep it in maybe one genre or do maybe blend. I think I most likely will end up doing the blend, but that's definitely something that I want to do within the next 3 years and do at least one video with it. Also, one vision I have for it is to have at least 3 other artists on it with me. So that is really something that I put out that is of great quality. So that's why right now I'm focusing so much on development. I also started vocal classes. I had started with a class in Santa Flora and now I got one closer to home. So yeah, I'm trying to get my voice up to that level. So when it's time to put it down on songs, that it's really good, you know, so that it doesn't necessarily sound like an extremely new, but it will be something that persons can actually enjoy, something that they would want to stream, something they would want to add to their playlist on YouTube.
Right.
And I also would like to collaborate in terms of songwriting with other artists and also get into doing background vocals in the studio as well as live. So as many opportunities that I can in terms of performing live, writing songs on my own and collaboratively, that's where that's how I want the path to basically go. That's how I want everything to iron out.
So I heard you spoke about collaborations and collaborating and that kind of thing. Like who's like the person, and it could be local or international, it doesn't matter, that you would really like to work, you would really like to collaborate on a song with one as another artist, and also who would you like to produce with? Any producers in particular that you like, and any artists in particular you would like to work with in terms of collaborating?
In terms of artists, Positive, of course. I met him once, and it was amazing. I felt like it was a once.
He's a married man out here. He's a married man, okay? You're real blushed there.
Yeah, it's just, you know,
my whole screen turned pink. My whole screen.
It just remember how excited I was. I always really excited when I see persons whose music I listen to in person, because they will never let go, be my comforter, all his music. You know, I was accustomed listening to that, and those are the songs that got me through a lot of my tough days. There was one song in particular that he did a collaborative work with Vero. And every time I hear that song, I think to myself, when I collaborate with him, our song is going to be like that. That song called Scars. So getting to meet him in person, it brought this sort of reality to actually wanting to collaborate with him. Also, other artists like Sasha, upon seeing him perform live, I think it was last year,
Amazing.
His energy is amazing. Is right. It's matchless. And if I could get to work with someone like that, yes, you know, that to really get into how do you be so, you know, it's like so soulful, so real. Like there's nothing that he leaves behind. He pours out everything to get to that level, you know, and even to be able to work with somebody who can put that kind of time on. I would definitely love in terms of like soca, voice, Kes, Nyla,
Nice.
you.
Good, I can't only answer to mendeg you.
Jara Nurse.
What can you say? Like doubles. So, Oshana, this is the segment where you get to perform. You get to show us what you can do. I know I'm going to be truly blown away. Girl, it is time. Artiste Spotlight A-Team Band. You don't know. Presenting to you, Oshana!
Thanks so much. We'll be doing songs that I started working on during the pandemic. So I haven't shared it with anyone. So this will be the first time that anyone will be able to hear this song. You said I was all you needed. Perfect, everything you ever dreamed of. You said the search over. I took a chance and believed. To me you could never lie, but I lied all the time to myself, and now we're crumbling. Relationship forever failing, and now the silver lining slowly slipping away. Golden sun is shining on everything. Oh, you can't hide anything from me, 'cause I can't read your mind. The truth is hard, but it's all I need. The pain will heal in time. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me.
Yes, girl. Yes, sing. Oh my God, that was really, really beautiful. Thank you so much, Oshana. That was really, really beautiful. I mean, it's one thing to be able to hear you on the videos and we speak about your singing, but it's another to actually, you know, really feel it in person. So, Oshana, it has
CoSign,
been such. Go ahead. Yeah, I hear something about CoSign. Let me hear that last part.
CoSign. It was different from, you know, I know from, and I sing and get to hear the beauty in your voice, and even the music behind this. It was really beautiful. Like I actually really like soca music that's like that. So, and I feel there's a bit of a similarity maybe in our voices. So, you know, I thought about this, like we have similar voices, so you know something happened.
Girl, you never know. You never know the right song. Oshana, I must say it was quite a pleasure meeting you, speaking with you. You're such an intelligent and beautiful young woman and so vibrant. Oh my God, it was absolutely amazing. Because you were so amazing, guess what? I have something special for you. So, on behalf of Sample Stars, darling, we would like to gift you, on behalf of the A-Team band, we would like to gift you with a selfie light. This is the part where you start jumping up and down, Oshana. Now you're supposed to be jumping up and down on the screen.
I heard selfie, but I didn't catch the last part. I didn't catch the last part.
You are getting a selfie light, all courtesy, Sample Styles. So, girl, you could do your Zoom meetings with your light. You see how my light is blinging on my face right now? You can have your light to do all your Zoom meetings, to do your lives, to do your videos, to perform everything, girl.
Thank you so much, Lord. I needed struggling lighting.
Thank Sample Styles and thank A-Team Band. It was quite a pleasure on the Artiste Spotlight. It is your girl Lil Bitts. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oshana, you are beautiful. Thank you so much for being on this with me. It was a pleasure having you. I wish you best of luck on your music career and on your life. Keep pressing, keep pushing. Want to say special thanks again to Sample Styles, who just gifted you that beautiful, amazing selfie light. I also want to say thanks to the A-Team family. This was your Artiste Spotlight. It was your girl Lil Bitts. Thank you so much for checking in with us. Until next time. Bye.
You can have it. like a diamond.